Many people could ask this simple question on how could we convert an FMV sequence from its original CD compressed blocky quality at 15 frames per second to a much smoother and high res 30 frames per second. Many people would think this as too impossible to do this feat, or that the FMV cutscenes that were compressed to CD quality could stay at just 15 frames per second in lower blocky quality, just like that. Well, I hate to spread the bad news, but it is possible to do this feat. How do I do that? Well, just watch the video and find out. Now, to explain this little experiment that I thought it out, I wanted to show you this video, for example, to give you a little context. Please note that this video is from the introductory FMV sequence of the 1996 Microsoft CD-ROM sampler. Now I'm going to replay the same clip again, but this time I wanted you to guess the difference between the old version of the video compared to the remastered one. Now? Great, because right now I'm going to explain you all of how the experiment was executed. In preparation, I'm going to use 3 software applications to help me do this experiment. First, I'm going to open the Quick Media Converter, which you can download for free. Next, I'm going to convert an FMV cutscene to ABI. Note that I would either use the DivX or Xvid formats to do this duty. Next, I'm going to go into Advanced mode and type in the default frames for the CD compressed cutscene here. Once the conversion to ABI is done, I open up the FreeFBS converter to convert the frames from its original 15 frames per second to 30. Check. And to finish this little job off, I gave this FMV cutscene an HD facelift via Handbrake, and voila! Your job is done! Aren't you happy now, little old babe? Well, almost. You see, folks, not all experiments were done perfectly, but it still needs some tinkering. But why? While I was converting other FMV cutscenes, the converted remasters can result either in 50-50 chances of whether or not it executed flawlessly, and sometimes it wouldn't. Like for one example, the Prologue FMV for Command & Conquer Red Alert, which sadly it tried to convert the video smoothly, but as you see from the scan lines here, yeah, it didn't do anything good. Whereas the demo video for the Windows 95 port of Commander Aces of the Deep, which you have seen me do the conversion earlier on, worked flawlessly, and I kind of accept that.
Fire 1!
So in conclusion, I think that my experiment that I made had a lot of potential. Not only has the possibility of restoring all the FMV cutscenes from its original CD compressed 15 frames per second to more higher res 30 frames per second, but I also like how's it going for this little experiment of mine. But what I have said earlier it needs a lot of tinkering, and maybe someday someone else would try to attempt to improve this little experiment in the form of a simple code or an application. You may never know. But it was just a simple thought, and I hope that everybody on the internet would get the answer from this once impossible question. So with this in mind, that's all what I have talked about today. Tune in next time where I go on a transition from talking about interesting experiments that I made to intriguing rabbit holes from hell. And oh boy, I have just found a good one to kick off this Halloween season. And it's from the pits of fan fiction hell.
Give me one reason why you look so sad. A heart like yours wasn't made for that.
More likely,
Give me
the
your
song is
hand,
made for
I'll
trees.
give me some time and I'll
Oh dear.